guys, and welcome back to another trying and testing out new products video. So today I'm going to talk about something that I've been working on for a year. I want to say close to a year, it may be around 9 months as well, but basically for the whole of 2021 I've been talking about how finding a good hair like shampoo has been an absolute struggle. And I do want to say that I was struggling a lot because earlier TRESemmé wasn't cruelty free, and TRESemmé has been like my go-to brand when it comes to shampoo for a long time. So keep in mind that TRESemmé became cruelty free a little bit earlier this year, but before that it wasn't cruelty free. And when it wasn't cruelty free, it was very hard to find an affordable shampoo. And keep in mind, I have really long hair, if you can tell, and it was hard to find an affordable shampoo because obviously I have long hair, so I go through a lot of shampoo and I wash my hair twice in a day. So it was hard to find an affordable cruelty free shampoo that also cleanses my hair really well and works for my hair in general. So I've gone through a lot of different brands, a lot of different shampoos to find the one, and that's been a struggle. So like I was saying, earlier this year I did do a hair care routine video, but I really could not share more like recommendations when it came to products because I myself was struggling to find some great products that work for my hair personally, and I just didn't want to mention and recommend products just for the sake of just mentioning it if I don't actually truly recommend something from the bottom of my heart. So in today's video, I do want to say that TRESemmé has been my ride or die go-to for years, and it's one that I've gone back to as well. Like today I do have some shampoos to share with you, ones that worked for me, others that did not work for me, etc. So I will be talking about my experiences with a lot of different shampoos. But if you ask me for my top recommendation, it's always going to be TRESemmé. Specifically, the one that is my favorite is the black and purple. It's the hair fall defense variant. I know that they have the red keratin one, which is also great, but yeah, I've never tried it personally, so I cannot recommend it for that reason. But the hair fall defense one is my absolute favorite, tip top number one. And then I do have other shampoos to talk about that I have tried out over the course of the past 1 year, and I'm going to share my experiences with those in today's video. So yeah, without any further ado, let's dive right into it and let's talk about some different brands and different shampoos that I've been using and trying out. So the one that I tried out the first out of all of these, and I would not say that it did not work at all. I feel like it did, but it did not do what I wanted it to do. So this is the Plum Olive and Macadamia shampoo. It's been in the market for a long time, and it was definitely a little bit more expensive when it came to shampoos in general. I think it's somewhere around the 300-400 rupee price range, but it doesn't come with a lot of product. It comes with, I think, 300 ml, and typically when I am paying like 300, 400, 500 rupees for a shampoo, I'm getting like 600, 700 ml of product typically. So yeah, that made it a little bit more expensive. But then also keep in mind that when you're buying Plum from their website, you're also accumulating points, and when you're redeeming those points during sales and stuff, it's actually not that expensive. So for that reason, I was like, if this works, I can probably make this my holy grail shampoo. But it did not work for me, and I think the main reason that it did not work for me is because I have an oily scalp. And what I really need my shampoo to do is to really cleanse my hair deeply. I don't want it to strip my hair and like dry out my hair, but I do want it to really clean and really lather up, foam up. Like it should feel like it's really cleansing by lathering up and foaming up and really like taking out all of the oil, the excess oil. And that's what this kind of lagged behind with, because it did not really foam up that much, and I felt like I'm using way too much product to actually clean my hair, and I still did not feel like my hair was being completely cleansed. So yeah, that's why the Plum Olive and Macadamia shampoo did not really work for me. And a very similar experience, just like I had with the Plum one, I also had with the Faith in Nature shampoos. I mentioned recently in a products I regret buying video, so I'm not going to go too much in detail with the Faith in Nature shampoos, but I tried out two variants. I tried out the tea tree variant, and I also tried out the dragon fruit shampoo variant. So I did not really notice anything significantly different between both of these different variants. But what my major problem with these shampoos was that, again, similar to the Plum shampoos, these ones also did not lather up at all. I feel like the Plum ones still lathered up a little bit, a tiny bit, but the Faith and Nature ones did not lather up at all, like at all. And that's why the Faith and Nature ones were way more disappointing than the Plum ones were. Again, I need my shampoo to lather up, foam up, and even in terms of price point, the Faith and Nature ones were also kind of similar. They came with 400 ml of product for around 550 rupees or something like that. So yeah, definitely expensive. But again, because I bought them from the Sublime Life website and I did have Sublime Life points, I did not end up wasting as much money, but it was just something that I was again forcing myself to use, could not really use it up, and it was definitely a struggle in that sense. So yeah, if you are someone who you really have like oilier hair and you need shampoos that foam up and lather up really well to clean your hair very well, I would suggest not to try out either of these shampoos because you might end up disappointed. And again, the Faith and Nature ones, a lot of people really talk about and rave about, and they probably have different hair types, which is why it works for them. So if you have a similar hair type like I do, I would suggest to stay away from these. Moving on, next, something that I tried out, I think before I tried out Faith and Nature, and this was also the time where I got COVID. So I got COVID in April, end of March, beginning of April. So when I was trying these shampoos, I also did get COVID, and I do want to mention this specific ingredient, and the reason why I'm even talking about this experience because I've never talked about this before, but I think it's very important to note that COVID hair fall is real, okay? When you get COVID and after you get COVID, you do experience a lot of hair fall, and sometimes you might just be blaming your hair care products that you're using for this, because if you're trying on something new, you probably feel like, you know, you're getting that hair fall because of the product. But now that I think back on my whole experience, and I think if I would have tried out some of these products now, I would have probably not experienced the same thing. So I do want to mention that when I was using the Nile shampoos, I would say almost middle of the year, so again April, May, June, kind of that time, was also when I was experiencing, like, it was the post-COVID phase for me, and I was experiencing a lot of hair fall, not because of these products but because of the post-COVID after effects that you have to deal with. So at that time I was blaming these products, and in some of my past videos you would have probably seen me do that. So if you have watched those videos and you're wondering, this is my update now that I kind of feel like I have a better perspective. So I tried out two of the Nile shampoos. I tried out the whitish one, which has a brown cap, which is the anti-hair fall one, and then they have their Smooth and Shine shampoo, which is the black one. So it's a black shampoo and the cap is also black, the whole packaging is black. I did try out both, and I experienced hair fall with both because my hair was anyways falling out, okay? Again, like I mentioned, it was not the shampoo's fault, it was just the post-COVID after effects. So these shampoos I did not have great things to say about earlier, but now that I look back, again, like I mentioned, they were actually not as bad as I had described them to be, because they did clean my hair, I would say, decently well. And if you are someone who, I know when I've recommended Tresemme in the past, a lot of people have said that Tresemme doesn't work for them. So if Tresemme does not work for you and you're looking for a cruelty-free affordable shampoo, I would recommend the Nile ones. Again, I would suggest buy the small bottle first, just like I did, and then if you like it, go ahead and invest in their jumbo bigger bottle, the value size bottle, because overall I do think that these are decently good shampoos. And if Tresemme wasn't cruelty free, then maybe I would have gone back to the Nile shampoos and like tried them out again. Now that I feel like my post-COVID hair fall is kind of under control and it's getting better, because it's been a while now, it's been what, like almost 6 months. So yeah, it's much better now, and I'm over that whole phase of the post-COVID hair loss. So yeah, the Nile shampoos, I would say I do have better things to say about. Again, I want to correct myself because I have hated on these products, or like not hated but said that they weren't really great, when again it wasn't really those products that I should have been blaming. So yeah, the Nile shampoos I would say are not my absolute favorite, because Tresemme just has my heart. I have a bias towards it where I'm like, Tresemme is the best, and that is probably the one that's going to work the best For me at least it is as of now. So yeah, I would say if I had to rank any other shampoo at number 2, I would rank the Nile ones at number 2. Moving on, next, the last 2 shampoos that I want to talk about. So I have 3 variants in total, but the third one I haven't tried out yet. So when I do, I will eventually share my review on that one as well. But before TRESemmé went cruelty free, kind of my last shampoo that I wanted to try out, and my last brand that I wanted to try out when it came to cruelty free shampoos was Garnier. So again, Garnier went cruelty free earlier this year, a little bit before TRESemmé went cruelty free. So I was really happy because Garnier shampoos are also pretty affordable, and similar to TRESemmé, like I've used TRESemmé even like when I was in school and stuff, and before that I used to use Garnier, like the old like full green packaging of Garnier, if you guys remember, if you were around in the 2000s. That was what was like on all the supermarket and departmental store shelves back in the 2000s. So yeah, I've used Garnier and it worked for me when I was a kid. So yeah, even though it wasn't cruelty free a while back, when it did become cruelty free, I thought, okay, let me give these a shot. And they did repackage and reformulate their shampoos and came up with the Ultra Blends, Natural Blends. What is the name of the range? I honestly don't even remember, but they had a few variants in my like local pharmacy, where I picked up the purple one, which was like henna and something, I don't remember, I think blackberry, blackcurrant, something like that, the purple one, which is more of a gel consistency. And then there was also the green one, which is the detox shampoo, and then also the white packaging, which is the intense repair one. So the purple one and the green one I have used, so I can share my thoughts on that. But the white one I haven't started using yet, because that one is more geared to be like a moisturizing shampoo meant for like drier, slightly rougher hair. So that one I will probably be using in the winters. So maybe in a few months I'll update you guys on my thoughts on that. But I would say that the purple one, again, like I mentioned, it's a more gel consistency, so it does lather up, but you got to like really get it going. And that one can also be great. Again, when I was using it initially, I did experience some hair fall, for which I did blame it, but like I mentioned like 10 times in the video already, it was kind of the post-COVID hair loss that I was going through. So yeah, as a product in general, I don't think that that was the worst shampoo. But if I had to compare the purple blackcurrant and henna variant with the green one, I personally did find that the green one did a better job at cleaning my hair overall. In general, I don't know if the formulation is actually significantly different, or it's just more of like in my head kind of a thing. But yeah, that's what I did notice personally. So if you would ask me which one I would prefer now, if I had to go back and repurchase either of these, I would say that I would probably repurchase the green detox variant and not the purple one. So yeah, again, if you're in the market and if you're looking out for, again, I do want to mention in this video that if you have a similar hair type and scalp type like I do, then a lot of these products, like my experiences, would only make sense and would be helpful to you if you have a similar hair type and a similar scalp type. If you have a different hair texture, if you have curly hair, or if you don't have a very oily scalp, I don't think a lot of my opinions and experiences would be helpful to you, to be honest. So do take my opinion with a grain of salt. But yeah, those were my experiences that I had to share with all of these different shampoos. And again, if you have a similar hair type and a similar scalp type, then I do hope that these experiences will be helpful for you. But yeah, I do want to say that going on forward, when it comes to shampoos, the only shampoo that you will probably see me talk about over and over and over again, at least for a while, is going to be the TRESemmé. So yeah, if you were like bored of hearing that, I'm sorry, you're going to probably have to hear it for a few more years at least. So yeah, I'm sorry for that. There's nothing I can do to help with that, because yeah, I love TRESemmé. So yeah, that was that. I still did want to share some of my thoughts and opinions on these shampoos in case you were interested in knowing my experience with any of these. And yeah, that was it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye.